All right, everyone. So we're at the end of the Cristiano Ronaldo and Leo Messi era, and what kind of an era has it been, right? You have had the kind of dominance the game has never seen, the kind of rivalry that almost parallels Pele and Maradona, but most importantly, the dominance of these guys on a global stage. Like here we have the most followed Instagram accounts. Look at how many followers Ronaldo and Messi have compared to the likes of Kylie Jenner and The Rock and Selena Gomez. It just comes to show you that the best footballer in the world and the most dominant ones, they lap every single celebrity out there. And no other sport can do what the beautiful game can do to the fame and clout that a guy has. Because what Ronaldo did is unreal. The most followed person on all of Instagram. More followed than any of these celebrities. Like, there's no other athletes on this list other than footballers. Like, I don't see LeBron James on here. I don't see Tom Brady on here. And I know all my Americans listening are going to say, you're offended. All my Americans listening are going to be offended. And here's what I have to say to you as an American myself. You can stay offended, but we live in reality. So when you want to come down to reality, let me know. But either ways, this is the reality we live in. So now the question comes up, who's next? These two have moved on from the game. Who's next? Who's going to inherit that mantle? What's the story going to be in the beautiful game? Because for 10 years, it was Ronaldo versus Messi. What is our next Ronaldo versus Messi? Where's the game heading? So I want to talk about that today. Alright guys, so what we have here is like the list of like the top 50 best wonder kids in football. The reason I even care about this list is because, in my opinion, one of these players is going to set the story for the next decade of world football. Because Ronaldo and Messi, around the age of 19 to 21, they were dominating headlines in the sport. So you get that. But as I was asking myself, do we really need another Ronaldo versus Messi in order for football to have its next big story? And by big story, I mean the story that dominates for seasons to come. In my opinion, no. Because Ronaldo versus Messi was like once in a lifetime kind of an ordeal. You have two of the best players in the world that play for rival clubs. That likely won't happen. So the question is, what is the next big story that's going to dominate the beautiful game? Because for a while we had maybe Mbappe versus Haaland. That didn't really pan out. Here's one theory I have, or here's one thing I think is going to happen. I think you might get somebody that comes through from a country that has historically not been great at football and not given the world a superstar, but has a lot of people in it. So imagine America producing like the next Mbappe. I think Messi or Ronaldo is kind of a stretch, but imagine like a superstar player, even an Erling Haaland coming from in America. Oh my God, people are gonna go crazy. I know that I Show Speed is not gonna shut up ever. Well, he never shuts up, but he's gonna go crazy. So something like that can happen. Like you can have somebody come through from a country like the US or maybe China or India. Like China, 1 billion people, you have like a Chinese player come through and just tear it up. Maybe that can happen. India, I never see it happening. But you have something like that happen, and that's going to be the next big story in football. Something else I can see happening. I can see one dominant team emerging because it's kind of funny to think about. Like when Tom Brady left the New England Patriots, the Kansas City Chiefs came through and became that dominant force in American football. Why does that matter? You had Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce being the faces of American football, and Travis Kelce dates Taylor Swift, and what do you know, right? it kind of takes me back to when Gerard Piqué dated Shakira. And what if somebody like this guy over here, who's practically a Gerard Piqué carbon copy, 6'4", Barcelona Academy. What if this guy ends up dating like the next like big pop star that can dominate the airwaves? But more importantly, what if you have that one team emerge who's just better than everybody? Like they are that next big dynasty. And they happen to have players that are very marketable. So imagine Barcelona re-emerging from the ashes. You got like this guy who's a Gerard Piqué carbon copy dating a popular pop star, and then you have Barcelona almost emerge as the, I guess, even New England Patriots of world football, and almost like they are that dominant team. They are that team that just like beats everybody, wins consecutive Champions League and trebles, and most importantly, they're that popular team where they have somebody like a Kubarsi dating all the pop stars, and they have a talented roster. And this is like their rival, like Arda Güler at Madrid. I hope he gets out of there. Like this guy, he needs to go to a Premier League team. Like put him at Liverpool maybe. Like get him the heck out of Madrid. Ancelotti is on his knees with his mouth open for Jude Bellingham. Like just get Arda Güler the heck out of Madrid. So, anyways, I think that's going to be the next big story in world football. You're going to have someone like, I believe it's going to be this guy. Like, it's going to be Lamine Yamal being the Michael Jordan of world football, emerging, along with Barcelona being that dominant force and just running through everybody. And the next thing you know, like you had that team. You have Lamine Yamal as the next Michael Jordan. You have Kubarsi as that popular social media star. And Barcelona goes viral. And they end up dominating the airwaves. And it can like be another team for all I know. But I know we're not gonna get another like Ronaldo and Messi. Oh, and you guys are gonna love me for this. I know that some of you are gonna be mad for me as saying this. You're not gonna get an apology. You can just stay mad. It's not gonna be Real Madrid in my opinion. I don't believe Jude Bellingham is gonna pan out. Like hold me to it and come back to this video. I believe that within the next 5 years, Jude Bellingham is probably not even gonna be at an elite team and even starting. I believe the guy is like way too inconsistent, way too full of himself, way too like lucky. Like he scores against crappy teams, but he doesn't show up when the teams he plays against are good. I think eventually he's not gonna pan out. Like I think something's gonna happen there. And hold me to it, I could be wrong. So, anyways, that's my take. I think the next big story is gonna be a team like a Barcelona emerging, like a super team of superstars. And these guys, they're just tearing it up. They're just tearing it up. And they're dominating. They are like the New York Yankees in their peak, or the Chicago Bulls under Michael Jordan. Like they are that team. That's what we're going to get.